Mark and Tara here, and welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. Just got a nice dusting of snow overnight on this first day of February 2026. So we've got how many sleeps until spring?
28.
Well, we can't guarantee that it'll be a nice weather in March. It could be a hit and miss. Usually April is when we can be pretty much guaranteed we're out of it. So we're just heading out to feed the ponies and check on them and check on everybody else in the barn. Good morning. Oh yeah, a little bit of a snow drift, isn't there?
I'll have to shovel.
Yeah, some pretty good
Shovel at the house. So.
pretty good winds last night. Oh, bunny rabbit tracks. Yeah, we've got, looks like they're probably living in the shelter. He hung out here for a while, deciding whether he wanted to go back out. That's probably Brownie the rabbit. So I haven't seen Brownie in a while, but we've seen evidence of the tracks. Good morning, Astrid. No? You're just going to stand there all facing the same direction?
Beep, beep.
Come and get it, guys. Come on, breakfast. Come on, Levi. You're usually the first one to the dinner table. There we go. Food talks. Woo. So, Tiana had noticed that we've got less pigeons. She's been noticing that there's not as many pigeons around. We've got a few up top here. There has been an owl. We pointed that out probably about a month ago, and we haven't seen the owl in a while, up in the tree just outside of here next to the pond. And we're wondering if it shouldn't be, because usually the pigeons go in at night. So we'll have to keep them. They might be.
Probably
who
nesting
knows?
in the car garage.
Yeah, they could be. They sometimes go into the car garage. They sometimes go into different buildings. So we'll have to keep an eye on them. Into the warmth of the barn.
I gotta go get hay.
Ooh. So I picked up another fan. I took it apart and cleaned it up, and I think what it was is the electronics that were in it. It was a used fan. This one here I got, just ordered on Amazon. It's a basic one. It just has off and 3 ons. So it's just an inexpensive basic fan, and it seems to be working pretty good. It's on low, blowing over the door, and keeping everything unfrozen. So some of you had mentioned about concerns with fire, if it were to, and yeah, our concerns were right there with you. So we were a little hesitant on, wiring it up. I thought about just doing a direct wire right to the motor itself, but I thought, no, let's just get another one. So it's been working pretty good. It's a little smaller, but it doesn't need to be that big. So it just needs to blow over and keep air movement over the window, over the door. Good morning, kids. Good morning. You guys are always in the same spot every time. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, that's my finger. It's fine if you go in a little bit, but you got to watch the back teeth. Goats only have teeth on their bottom, and then they've got a palate, kind of like a bone palate on the top. So it's fine if they nibble on your finger a little bit, but you just got to make sure that those back molars, be aware of that. Yeah, I was in here yesterday, I think it was, and I was giving them some peas, hanging out with them. I had to do a little bit of work in here. We've got a smart switch here. So this is plugged into the lighting for the chickens, which is this bar light that is back behind here to kind of simulate some daylight. I've only got the one in there. I've just got this in here, just your regular bulb in here, because this was mainly the chicken pen. I may have to look at maybe hooking that up to both of them, because of course now we have chickens in both, and it's just to simulate the daylight so that they still lay eggs. Now what had happened, I've since replaced it, but this here is a router that sends Wi-Fi into the barn. Because this is a metal barn, we can't really get too much Wi-Fi into this building. So this was another one that I had that worked. The other one failed. And the reason that I found out is because this switch at 10 o'clock at night when the lights go out, Google had mentioned that it had problems. There's problems with one of the switches. So I came out, looked at it, and ended up replacing that router. So now we have Wi-Fi back in the barn. And we've got a few cameras in here. This one here that's just keeping an eye on the goats there. Of course, that one above the router as well, plus this switch here. What's up? Hay's not good enough? So our two dwarf ponies here, they've been itching quite a bit since they came in. I think they had some. What did they have? They had some old wounds, Tara, or some. We checked them for bugs because that was our first concern.
First concern because of the itching was bugs.
Yeah.
Didn't see any bugs. He had a bunch of little. He had a bunch of little lumps, and then lots of itching like underneath that winter coat.
Yeah.
Could have been the temperature change bringing them in, which can lead to like some of like rain rot, like dry, like the humidity. But they're healed. He's healed them up, and they look really good. He had a lot along his neck and his face, which they're healed up. They look good. We treated with permethrin, just like the Ultra Shield, and
Right.
polysporin.
Okay.
And he's healing up nice. But she's done something to her eye. She had no lumps, but just like the little bit of hair loss from itching. But if you're in the humidity and then you come into a warmer area,
Yeah.
it's common. But she did something to her eye, so now she's been treating her eyes. Which is it's kind of funny because I think I get sympathy pains
Yeah.
because my eyes have been very irritated, little mucus in the eyes and kind of stuff. So her and I are both getting treated for eye irritant.
Well, yeah, we had a bin that was there, and we were feeding them in the bin so that their hay wasn't all over the place. And what we think may have happened is animals tend to, stick their nose right in and get the stuff right at the bottom. And something may have, like a piece of hay may have just
Started.
Yeah, started by scratching her eye. But it seems fine now. We've treated with polysporin, and things are looking better on both fronts with their coat as well as their eyes. And this is one of the reasons why we don't like to move animals into a building, into a warmer environment after they've been outside for a little bit. But these two were having some issues. They're older, and they did have some issues just getting around and getting up in the morning. So we weighed the pros and cons and thought, yeah, let's just bring them in. And everything seems to have settled now. And of course, we've got another month in here, I guess, and then they can probably go back out. We'll play it by ear as to how the weather's doing. Good morning, Barry. Yeah, we don't have any apples left. We'll have to get some more apples. I do have snow peas. Yeah, those are good. Here. There you go. Yeah, we don't have any apples. We've got a new load of some fruits and vegetables here. We've got some mangoes and oranges, and then lots of grapes as well. Of course, a couple more cantaloupe, some kiwi, and some snow peas, which these are great.
Jerry likes mango and peas.
Does he like mango? Okay. Yeah, he loves the peas, so we'll give him some mango as well. Here, Barry. I don't want to give you too much. There you go. And then we'll get him his grain. And actually, what I might do is I'll give the kids some snow peas.
For the...
Yeah.
Give Barry some?
Yeah. Here you go, kids. Snow peas. Yeah, they're gonna run around. They prefer the grains more than anything, I think. You just trying to figure out where to go? Okay, good. Oh, there we go. What is this? These are small pellet molar toys. Okay. Okay, so let's grab one of these then. Where did you get these from?
Somebody donated them.
Yeah. Here. What do you think of that? Is that good? Well, okay, take it. don't just eat it out of my hand. No. Now he's got what he wants. Alright, so Barry eats pretty good. He's a growing boy. So he is a Continental Giant. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I know we've gotten some new viewers that have come along
Kiwi.
and have gone back and binge watched a bunch of our videos. So I do have a playlist. You can go right back to, when was it? 2016, I guess. We've been making videos weekly for 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. And time flies. Yeah, lots happened. This building wasn't here when we started. So, yeah, it was, we started small. And these guys are waiting for their food. Of course, Charlie. Yeah, we just started with those two rabbit hutches out where we were looking at the pigeons. And then a little chicken coop. And that would have been, wow, that was, this year actually marks our 25th year. So the 10 Acre Woods is 25 years old this year.
Now for those watching, that is a massive, huge accomplishment in the rescue world. Because most rescues do not last. They burn out. They lose their oomph because they're constantly looking for money and begging for money, whereas we're more creative in the sense that we trade, we host classes, we create something that's bringing in the money instead of GoFundMe's or, like...
Well, another big thing is starting small.
Start at your own.
We've had a number of people come by and say, "Oh, we want to do something like this. How do we start?" And my biggest recommendation is start slowly.
Yeah.
Like when we first started 25 years ago, we wanted a small hobby farm. So we didn't say we're going to start a rescue.
No, it was, we just wanted help. We started taking in unwanted animals.
Well, the first one that came in was Tara's sister lives in Kenora, Ontario, about 2 hours away. And she contacted us because her neighbor, an old guy, had passed away. And there were some farm animals left there. And so Tara's sister said, wow, my sister's got a farm in Anola, and well, she can probably take them. So she reached out to us, and we said, yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll take in some animals. And to our surprise, a semi showed up, one of those big animal carrier semis.
Full size
and
cow
there were pigs.
Llama.
Yeah, there was...
the pig's mom had died, though, so it was just the piglets.
Just
they
the
lived in the
piglets,
house. And side note, those who want piglets in the house, yes, they're cute, but they are extremely destructive.
Yes.
They ripped up our linoleum, our cupboards. Fun, but...
Yeah. So they're fine. Animals are fine inside when they're young. There are some, some that you can keep in longer, and we did. We've had lambs in the house.
You just have to know, though.
Yeah, we've had goats in the house. But ultimately, they ended up outside.
Yes.
Because that's, it can be really challenging having animals inside. So that was our first rescue. And from there, we, people would stop by and people would say,
a lot of family and friends would come all the time.
Yeah, have animals that I've got my mother, she's getting older, she can't look after, a horse or a goat or some goats.
Yeah,
and
a lot of goats.
So then we started working with just people bringing some animals in. We take them over. And then we stared working with RAMS, Rural Animal Management Services. So they are
a few years later.
Yep, they're the country pound.
And then animal control, people, unwanted animals. Of course, everybody wants the friendly ones, right?
Yeah.
And the ones that are good, but they're not willing, like a lot of these smaller rescues and don't have the space or the tolerance or the know-how maybe to rehab ones that weren't friendly, that weren't hands-on, and didn't trust humans. And we had the perfect environment for that out there, because they could be friendly, but they didn't have to be.
Yeah.
And they would come, look at Bronwyn, right?
Yeah.
She's been a few years now, and Petey and Piper.
Yeah, so start small. If you want to do something like this, start small and slowly work up to it.
And learn. Like, you don't have to.
We've learned so much over the years.
Don't rely on a vet or, learn from them. Call them once and then know how to do it. Pay attention. Record it so you can watch back later.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So the provincial vet, we started working with them, and animal seizures. You may have remembered the 300 rabbits, the video. Yeah, the video we did. Wow. That video, I think, was 300.
Yeah.
But we went back a few times.
Yeah.
And there was 900 rabbits was the total.
Well, that's when we stopped.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you just have to learn, and go slow.
Pay attention.
That's
and reach out. If you have questions, reach out to somebody like me in your area, who's willing to share the information that they've learned, that they've, succeeded with, because a lot of rescues don't make it 3-5 years because they're overwhelmed, and it does take a certain mindset to be able to walk the life of a rescue.
Oh, look at these boys. We got Charlie here, and we've got Turbo here. So do you have Tinkers?
No, I don't have it out yet.
Okay, I'm gonna go out.
Good luck. Hang on.
What, you want me to?
Yeah, you set them all up
I gotta stick to the routine, right?
Well, because
there's Tinker. Okay, yeah.
Just set them up.
There's Tinker. She heard me. She's like, yeah, I'm here. Okay, hang on, Tinker. Okay,
now you can go out.
You got it? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Tinker's in. Okay, Sarah's behind. Good morning, kids.
Sheldon.
So, Sheldon, somebody had mentioned in the comments about, they're new to the channel. And what exactly is Sheldon's issues? Well,
Issues?
issues. So, Sheldon, how old is he now? 6?
9?
9? Is he that old? Wow.
I know.
No, I don't think he's 9.
Yes.
Because if we've been making videos 10 years, I think he's probably about 7.
I say 9.
Okay,
Post the real.
I'll put it down in the bottom of the video here.
Oh my god, I know.
So Sheldon was born. He was Blackie's kid, and she had 2, 3,
She had 2.
2, and Sheldon. Everything seemed normal, but then Sheldon couldn't stand up.
Yeah, he was.
So he was having some issues standing, and there was an issue there. We took him into the vet. The vet said he's not going to make it. He's there's something in his brain. He's
0%
got
chance to survive.
0% chance to
Put him
survive.
down. Not a chance. But he was so funny because he was hilarious. Like, he was interactive, and he ate, and so we were like, okay, well, you do you. You got to kind of take it back to the beginning, though, because Blackie was sick. And when you breed goats, it resets their mind and body. So we bred Blackie because she was sick. And seeing if we can get more out of her, like, see if she had more in her. And
When she only passed away, like
she ended up getting an extra 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
And died alpha of the yard instead of scared Blackie.
Yeah.
So we gave her that, which is huge. You can't replace that in the animal world. But knowing that, we bred her when she was sick. We knew there was a possibility of sick babies. We knew that would be our responsibility. We didn't just do it for breed them. We knew that there was a possibility that we would have a lifer that was sick or one that we would have to deal with. But because the trade-off, to watch a scared animal like Blackie die alpha of the yard and be that matriarch of that is so powerful. I got chills right now because you can't replace that in the animal world. If you can give them a chance to raise themselves to that level, that is powerful. So yes, we end up with Sheldon. We love you.
And Sheldon was one of them that spent his youth in our house.
Yes.
So, it was really touch and go, but he made through it. And there's some really cute moments. He went to a school. A school was having a fundraiser event where it was the principal was going to kiss a goat.
Yeah.
Was the idea, and they reached out to us to bring a goat out, and we brought Sheldon.
Yeah.
And he spent numerous times on goat yoga. When we did goat yoga, just wandering around amongst the people in his little tie, in his little jacket and tie, just the cutest little boy. And he's special. So we're not, we don't have any diagnose of his condition, but we look at it as autism.
I've worked with enough autistic children.
Yeah.
Yes, shine like Sheldon, don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was one of the t-shirts we did up, was Shine Like Sheldon. And, he's his own little boy. Aren't you, Sheldon? Just unique in every way. And he made it. Against the odds. What is it? What is it, Holly? Is there something else you need? Oh, no, you've got your hay. Look, Tucker's over there eating his hay. And Nestor. I think Mom's got everything. Yeah. I could be wrong. No? Hay and vegetables. And did she do grain? Yeah, she did grain with the hay, I think. I don't know. What do you guys want? What do you want, Onyx? Okay, there we go. And what are you doing? You're getting big. Oh, Jazz. Yeah. I guess he's almost 2 years old now. Wow, time flies. Hey? Yeah. Joey and Jazz. Oh, there is grain. I thought maybe you did the grain with the with the fruit and vegetables. Okay.
No, you know what? To be honest, most of them prefer just their grains and hay.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Well, and it's she
Tripped over the salt block.
Oh, the salt block. I thought it was a sheep.
It's so funny because I know it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's got their preferences. You've got certain animals that prefer the hay. And then you've got certain animals that like the veggies and then grains. Oh, there's the 3 ducks. Okay, now everybody's good. Yeah, everybody's head is down. None are up. I figured there must have been something that was being missed.
What?
Well, because the grain.
Oh.
Yeah, because I had a number of them looking at me.
Yeah.
Holly was like, we're missing something.
Were they?
Now all their heads are down. Even Sheldon's. Yeah, he's found something.
Hi, Coco. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's to clean the water.
Coco's been needy lately.
She's now.
Haven't you? Yes, you've been needy. Yeah, hi.
So now, like I say that, so Coco would be hierarchy on this, or make sure
Yeah.
on this side, and Petunia's on that side. Mind you, Shimmer's kind of throwing it in there.
Is she?
Can I get to the water?
Yeah, they're like, you've got the container. There must be something in it.
I see poop in the water. I have to clean it out.
It's kind of, some of you probably have a dog that if you go to a certain cupboard or you carry a certain container that has treats in it, and they associate that with treats, then the same kind of thing. You go to a certain, Toby, our West Highland Terrier, you go to a certain drawer, and he's like, okay, I know what's in that drawer.
Toby, you go to the kitchen.
Yeah, you go, well, yeah, he knows, he associates the kitchen with food, and possibly things that fall.
That's you.
That's me. Not just me. Sometimes I do it on purpose. But I think a lot of people do. It's like, whoops, I dropped this on the floor.
Oh, okay. So in the winter, too, it's very important that you watch ducks' butts. It looks like Tiana got...
Yeah, well,
their
she
poop
did.
builds up on their feathers.
She did check one of the ducks, and she did, clean the poopy bum.
Yeah, just because it's so cold, they're sitting there. They poop when they're sitting there.
Yeah,
and then it sticks to a feather, freezes to a feather.
Yeah.
So, yes, I know, Misty. I'm not sure why you hate me. He's really he's doing this. Yeah, no, it's my hand. But I think when he went after me the other day, one of the other roosters said, "No, you're not allowed," because he got beat up. Ow! That's my finger. That's my finger. See? I mean,
Well, they're more docile when they're up
Yeah.
rather than on the ground. So they feel more important and they're higher. So, right? What do you think?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Rent. Gotta collect rent.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the peas.
Yes, now that the cantaloupes are done,
Yeah.
and lots of cantaloupes.
So we soak the peas because they're just too hard to
Yeah.
digest.
Here's your hand.
Oh, yeah, I can take that.
They're still going on their cantaloupes.
Yeah, they're a little slower on the cantaloupe front. Yeah. Yeah, all the talking, all the chatter. So that includes another morning on the farm here at the 10-acre woods. Tomorrow is February 2nd, Groundhog Day. So did the groundhog see the shadow where you are? And is spring coming early is
So
the big question.
If the sun's out, there's no shadow.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So when the sun's out, there's a shadow. And the groundhog gets scared and runs back into its hole, and there's another 6
So
weeks.
no sun, no shadow.
Yeah, so apparently, if it's a day like today, overcast, there's no shadow,
6 weeks.
it's an early spring, they say. So, anyway, that is it for this video. I will put a link to the video, to Sheldon's video, right up here so you can check that out. And we hope you have a wonderful week, and we hope to see you next time. Take care, and have a wonderful one. Bye.
Bye.